The case of the silent room. The incident. On the night of October 17, 1998, police in the small town of Ashwood, Maine, responded to a 911 call placed from an isolated mansion on Blackridge Lane. The caller, a woman, whispered, "They're in the house. Please hurry," before the line went dead. When officers arrived at the scene 15 minutes later, the house was locked from the inside. The windows were unbroken, and there was no sign of forced entry. They announced their presence but received no response. Fearing for the caller's safety, the officers broke in. Inside, the house was eerily silent. Every light was on, and the air smelled faintly of burnt wood. They searched room by room, finding nothing unusual, until they reached the upstairs study. The silent room. The study was pristine except for a single chilling detail. On the desk lay a vintage rotary phone, its receiver dangling off the hook. The phone matched the 911 call had been made. In the center of the room, a leather armchair faced the fireplace. Sitting in the chair was a man, later identified as Simon Hargrove, the owner of the mansion. His head was tilted back, his eyes wide open, and his mouth frozen in a silent scream. There was no sign of injury, but Simon was dead. His body was stiff and cold, as if he'd been dead for hours, contradicting the timeline of the 911 call. On the wall above the fireplace, written in soot, were the words, "You heard it too." The investigation detectives combed through the house, but found no trace of the woman who made the call. A forensic analysis confirmed that Simon Hargrove had died of sudden cardiac arrest. However, the circumstances of his death were baffling. No signs of struggle, no toxins in his system, and no explanation for the terrified expression frozen on his face. The rotary phone, which appeared to be a relic from the 1950s, 911 dispatch logs confirmed the call came from that exact phone. Audio experts analyzed the recording and found something even stranger. Beneath the woman's whispered plea, there was a faint background noise, resembling distorted whispers or static. Neighbors were interviewed, but none reported seeing anyone enter or leave the house that night. A few mentioned hearing strange sounds over the years, low murmurs or faint music coming from the mansion, but had always assumed it was Simon listening to the radio. Theories. The case attracted widespread attention, leading to numerous theories. 1. Paranormal activity. Some believed the house was cursed, citing Simon's father, who had also died of a heart attack in the same room years earlier. Others pointed to the mansion's history as an asylum in the early 1900s. Second intruder. Hypothesis. A few detectives suspected